What's up, everybody? Sorry this video is late, but this is Black Ink Crew Chicago Season 4, Episode 14, titled One Time Adult Camp. Now, the reason why the video was so late is because, I was trying to upload a video on Tuesday. Tuesday. Well, no. I was trying to upload a video yesterday, which was Wednesday night. Well, Wednesday morning and Wednesday night. And when I could get it to upload, but it would never process my video. YouTube was no help to me, but I woke up this morning and the video that I was trying to post yesterday actually posted this morning. I'm like, shit, I didn't record my Black Ink Crew video or my Real Housewives of Dallas videos. So I'm recording Black Ink Crew today, which is Thursday, and I'm gonna record Real Housewives of Dallas and upload it on Friday night. So you guys will get that if anybody still is watching it. If not, like I said, I'm still gonna do the video. So without further ado, let's get the video started. Okay, so this episode, it opened up with the Loyal Ink Crew. You got Charmaine, you got Danielle, you got Cobra, and you got Don there. They're having fun because Charmaine has on this grill, which I thought was a pretty cool grill. I haven't saw grills in a long time. I haven't really saw people wear grills like that since the early 2000s when they were a hot thing here in Texas and Houston and all that kind of stuff. But they still reeling over the whole fact of Reese and Lily quitting the shop. Cobra tells them how, Lily feels like everybody had Junior's back, which they, it's not that they had Junior's back. It's the fact that they were able to call, Reese and, not Reese and Lily, mostly Lily. They were able to call Lily on her shit because, when it came down to that whole Junior, Adriana and Reese and Lily situation, Lily was the one who got it started. True enough, Junior was wrong for what he said and did, for the shit that he was doing, but Reese did not, not Reese, but Lily didn't have to, react with her hands like she always does. So Lily needs to be able to take accountability for what she does, and I think that's what Lily's problem is that she doesn't know how to take accountability for the shit that she does. So, to get everybody back on board, Charmaine brings up an idea, why don't we all go to this adult summer camp that she's heard of, from the people she works with at the radio station and all that kind of stuff. And, they all think that's a good idea. Like, hey, we can do this camp, we can bring everybody back together, and we can all be one big happy family, because in actuality, they do not want to lose Reese and Lily because Reese and Lily are tattoo artists, and losing those two, they lose money in the business. So that's why they're doing this. And then Don also decides that he wants to invite Four, to make up for all that shit that happened in Jamaica and all that kind of stuff. So it's day one of the camping trip. They're picking everybody up. You got Neek on the trip with Charmaine. They are, they have decided not to have a baby. And they've also decided the next time that they want to do something crazy, they won't involve their families, which I'm thinking that's a good idea. But you shouldn't want to have a baby and you're not at that point yet, but whatever. So they're talking about Reese and Lily. They say that they still mad at them, but they told them that they would think about coming on the trip. And I'm like, y'all can do without Reese and Lily, to be quite honest with you. Like, I get the fact that y'all need the money in the shop, but Lily is a hothead who always wants to fight somebody when shit don't go her way. And, Reese is right there up under Lily's ass. So, it ain't like y'all missing too much. So when they go pick up Van, it was so funny. Van had gout, so Van was walking like an old grandpa. I thought it was hilarious as fuck when he came walking out talking about and then in his confession, he's talking about he don't have gout. Nigga, you got gout. So so they all finally make it to Camp Crystal Lake, because it's so funny that, it's Friday the 13th that they're at this camp. So we're going to call it Camp Crystal Lake, although that's not the name of the camp. So when they get there, they talk about who's all sleeping with each other. So the girls are all going to sleep in one cabin and the guys are going to sleep in the other cabin. So the guys want to play a prank on the girls. They take the girls' luggage and, they talking about how they're going to throw them in the woods. Well, they didn't throw the luggage in the woods. They took it and they threw the luggage out there in the lake. Now, the girls come out, they're talking about, where's our luggage at and all that kind of stuff. And then they walk out there and they see their luggage in the lake just floating away. And I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all don't realize that your luggage, your stuff is not in that luggage. If you really think about it, it's floating away. Now, if it got clothes or something in it, it's not gonna float. It's gonna sink. Heavy stuff sinks. Light stuff floats. I don't know how they didn't catch the fact that they stuff was floating like. But then the boys finally take the their luggage out the lake, and they see that it's empty. That's because the guys took the stuff out before they even went out there to dump it in there. So they later, after this is done, the whole group is together. You got the girls out there first, and you got Charmaine's loudmouth ass talking about how she wants to get back at the guys, but they can hear everything that she said. So while they sitting there, everybody minus Van, it is, because Van is still in the cabin asleep. Once they all sit down, then up comes Lily and Reese. Now, when Lily and Reese came up, I wasn't really feeling them, because they come up and they still talking about this whole situation that happened when Adriana came to the shop, and how Don had Adriana was saying that Don was texting Junior about how he felt and all that kind of stuff. And with this, I agree with Don, because Don said something that Lily is not, actually both Lily and Reese, they're not wanting to take accountability for their actions that happened out there in Jamaica, because you can't sit here and just put it all solely on Junior and Adriana. Like, it wasn't completely them. Lily had a part to play in it. Lily did not have to go up there and try to fight Junior. That's where Lily's downfall is, and Lily does not want to sit here and admit that she was wrong. Lily just wants everybody to be on her side and be mad at Junior, but Junior was not the only one who was wrong in that whole situation. You played a big part in it too, so I don't get Lily at all. Like, it's stupid as shit. Like, what the hell? So, Reese is over there giving her, how she feels about everything. Now, at the time that they're doing this, I get it. Reese still think that Junior hit her, so I get how she felt. And then Jen is like, Jen was like, Junior was wrong, but you guys were wrong as well. Like, you guys do not see your part in this at all, which is once again true. Especially Lily. Lily just do not want to see her part in this. Like, you played a major part in this. And then when Jen and Jen, Reese, and Lily are arguing, Charmaine tries to defuse the situation, and Lily goes off on Charmaine, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, she was just sitting there trying to defend you, and here you are going off on her. Like, what? Like, I didn't get that shit. Like, this girl was literally standing here defending you. Like, I don't understand. And then once again, Jen and Lily are still arguing with one another, and then see, this whole episode was bothering me when it came down to Lily, because Lily, when things weren't going her way, she wanted to throw a monkey wrench in whatever was going on, because she wanted to mention how Charmaine was talking shit about that ugly ass wig that Ashley was wearing when she met up with that side chick, which it was an ugly wig, but because you losing a battle of words, then you want to throw somebody else up under the bus. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, that's stupid as fuck. So, Charmaine comes back up, and, Ashley asks her, well, Lily just said that you was talking shit about my wigs. And Charmaine says, she wasn't talking shit about her wigs and all that kind of stuff. So that leaves that shit alone. And then you get Reese and Lily, they leave, and they go pitch his tent and stay there. And I'm like, what kind of sense does it make? If y'all sitting here getting into it with these people, why do y'all want to be within 500 feet of them? Why do y'all want to be anywhere near close to them pitching a tent? I get that you supposedly drove 3 hours there, but you can drive to a hotel, you can drive anywhere. You do not have to be around these people. So I was confused by that. All right, so we got day 2. So like I said before, the guys were sleeping together in the one cabin and the girls were in another cabin. So Don wakes the boys up with a bullhorn. Swear to God, if that was me, I do not like the sound of a bullhorn. I don't like anybody waking me up out of my sleep. I would have cussed Don ass the fuck out. So you got the girls over in their cabin, and they noticed that Reese and Lily, well, actually they're talking about how they over the whole shit that happened the night before with Reese and Lily. And then Danielle notices that Reese and Lily are literally sleeping right outside of their cabin in a fucking tent. So, the day's event for the that big group was that they were going to go on an obstacle course, and once they all get there, Nikki joins them. So basically, the obstacle course is where they climb up on the wall, and then they do the zip line down. I do the zip line, but as far as the climbing thing, I don't know if I would do that shit 100% because I'm terrified of heights. So I don't know if I would be able to climb that fucking high. I mean, I would give it a try, but I don't know how successful I would be with it. So like I said, they did that. And then on the other side, you got Reese and Lily. Those two are horseback riding. And, Van stayed behind. So he goes down there where Reese and Lily are. And he's talking to Reese and Lily. Basically, he's trying to butter those two up to get them to come back to the shop. Because once again, they bring money into the shop. So he's not trying to lose Reese and Lily. He wants to bring them back. And then, Lily is telling him about how, Jen got involved in all the drama the night before. And basically, he had to throw his woman under the bus just to, appease Reese and Lily. Because, like I said, Reese and Lily they bring the value into the shop. And basically, he did say that when it comes down to Charmaine and Jen, they don't bring any money into the shop. So, kind of put those two out. And as far as Jen goes, her involving herself in the shop business, he's not condoning that. He doesn't condone that because again, she doesn't do anything in the shop. She doesn't work in the shop. So, I mean, I got his point. I got his point. Jen doesn't, work in the shop. She doesn't bring anything to the shop. Reese and Lily do. But I don't agree with him throwing his woman under the bus 100%. You could have said, I don't know why Jen got involved. Maybe Jen got involved because she's so overprotective of me. He could have said something like that instead of just throwing Jen completely under the bus. All right, then we got Don. He is setting up, he's want to have a ceremony so that he and Ashley can recommit to one another. So, it's him and it's Ford. They're setting up. And then I think Ford texts Nikki. And basically, they want Nikki to pretend like she has to go to the bathroom to get Ashley to come with her. And, when she does that, she's leading Ashley straight to Don. So, she gets up there to where Don is. And you can tell that Ashley was not feeling anything that Don was saying just by the look on her face alone. So, she says it's going to take a lot more time, a lot more love, and a lot more trust to get her back, which I understand that. Because it's not. I can see that this is just the first time that this has happened between Don and Ashley, but it's not the first time that this has happened. It's happened multiple times. So if this was the first time, I can see him going through all these hoops and stuff to get Ashley back. But I'm with Ashley. The past time she's taking him back just like that. This time she wants him to work for his family and for her. And like I said, I get that. And then, they start to argue with each other and all that kind of stuff. And again, she just wants him to show her that he loves her and that he wants his family back, which again, I get that because of the amount of times that she's taking this nigga back. Like, prove it to me that you want me back. Don't just go through, all this hoopla and make me feel like I'm the person that you can't live without and then turn around and fuck me over again. So I definitely get where Ash is coming from. She doesn't want him to do this. She wants him to beg for her. She wants him to show her, I want you. I need you. I need our family. And like I said, again, I get that. So Don finally says, he wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing this just for show and all that kind of stuff. He was doing this because he loves her and that he wants to do something nice for her. And, Ashley likes that and she appreciates it. And then lastly, this is the last night of the trip. They go to a phone party. So, Van has convinced Lily and Reese to come to the party. So, they show up and, Lily is talking about the day before with her and Charmaine because she goes up to where Charmaine and Nick are. And she's telling Charmaine how Charmaine was in her feelings and, how she was at peace. And I'm like, how are you at peace? Charmaine was the one that was not coming at you. She was trying to diffuse the situation between you and Jen, but you were the one that was in your feelings about the whole Junior situation. Like, Lily can miss me with the bullshit. Like, what the fuck? So then Van comes up to where Reese and Charmaine are. And, you know, he's talking about how he met with Reese and Lily. And basically, he wants Reese and Lily to come back to the shop because Reese and Lily bring money into the shop. And I get where Van is coming from a business standpoint. You need to keep the money into the business, and you don't need it to leave. You know, you don't need your talent to lead a business. So I get where Van is coming from. And, you know, then Jen is over there in the background, and Jen is voicing her opinion. And then, you know, Lily is telling Jen to basically just mind her business, which that is true. Jen does need to mind her business because that really does not have anything to do with Jen. And then, you know, Van tries to telling her how, you know, Reese and Lily do bring value to the shop. And, you know, she's still talking. And then again, Lily is basically trying to tell Jen again to mind her business, that it ain't got nothing to do with her. And then, you know, Lily wants to bring up how, you know, Van invited her over came over to her apartment, and, you know, how he was trying to hook up with her and how he kissed her and all this kind of stuff. And she said that she allowed him to kiss her. And I'm like, here we go again, Lily. You are not winning you're not winning, winning what you're trying to prove and all that kind of stuff. So you have to resort to throwing a monkey wrench into whatever y'all are talking about. And, you know, she's telling so Ben, not Ben, but Jen is like, so is this true? Is this true? And she was like, you know, this was when y'all broke up and all that kind of stuff. Actually, y'all weren't broken up at the time and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, Lily, what does this have to do with anything? Like, I was really confused. Like, what does that got to do with anything? And then lastly, you know, we have Reese and Lily. They did leave the group, and they go back to Chicago. They go back to the shop. They pack up their stuff to leave the shop. I really, truly, honestly do not give a shit. Like, Reese and Lily can leave for all I give a damn, because all Lily has done is fight with people. She's fought with Charmaine, and she's fought with Danielle. Like, goodbye and good riddance to you both. But that was Black Ink Crew. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you later. Well, I will see you tomorrow for Real Housewives of Dallas.